Difficult, isn't it, when you're a brand new king, as in King Charles III, otherwise known affectionately still very much so over here in the United Kingdom as Prince Charles. You've taken the reins, and then suddenly what you have to deal with are more and more problems created mainly by your youngest son and of course his wife Meghan Markle. But really, how can this particular problem be solved? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of a windy London today. Hope you're all keeping well, fine and dandy, and thank you so much for joining me. This story, when you think about it, is again a strange one, because I often think, when you're in families, and particularly when they fall out, it's always about finances, money, and people saying the wrong thing. But when of course you're in something like the royal family, the bigger problem is it's on a world stage, isn't it? No, the bigger problem for His Majesty the King really all stems from his image. How is he going to be reflected in this brand new era? Of course, his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, was so well loved, and her image was, well, perfect basically, because she never gave interviews, never really spoke out of turn, so we painted our own picture upon her. That's what made it work. Now, King Charles, of course, has got different problems, because coming up from next month, November the 9th, should I point out, are going to be huge problems, because now the brand new series of The Crown is coming back to the streaming giant Netflix. That's right, the same company that his youngest son is taking a huge hefty wedge from in money. Now, this was one of the sort of problems that Harry and Charles had a discussion about. Harry apparently, explained that he did the deal simply because he needed to survive, as we heard with the Oprah Winfrey interview. But of course, the king really didn't see it like that. After all, Harry was financially provided for, so why would he sign on with a company that he knew was being very negative to the British monarchy? Now, the real reason why King Charles is very concerned about this new series, it really all centres upon his relationship and, of course, subsequent divorce period from his late wife, Princess Diana, and then one went on next. Now, this is really untimely, simply because as we go into a new era, the public and the world simply don't need to be reminded about those particular situations. It doesn't bode well. And also, given the fact that Camilla herself has recently gone through a rather difficult time, and of course just reached 75 years old, she could do without all of that being dragged up again. Also, that's where the story comes in. But again, the only person that really could have a great effect on this not being taken seriously would be if his youngest son were to pull his deal with Netflix, move away from the streaming giant, and then that really gives it no validation. While of course Harry and Meghan are signed to Netflix, this gives it a sort of air of royal approval, good and bad. And this is one of the bigger problems now facing our brand new king. How can he possibly move forward when seemingly his youngest son is endorsing the worst thing about the brand new king's image right now? As you can see, it's complicated and showing no signs of letting up. But either way, whatever King Charles said to, of course, his youngest son, Prince Harry, had no effect. Harry's ploughing ahead with the deal. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.